American pronghorn is the most underrated species in North America. Mature ones are pretty difficult because they see you long before you ever see them. My name is Miles Fedinec. I'm a guide, hunting consultant, videographer, jack of all trades in the hunting industry. Pronghorn hunts, if you go hunting with me, you're gonna get one. Everybody that I've ever pronghorn hunted with wanted to do it more.
So we're reviewing some trail camera footage of a blind set on a watering hole. That is really the surest way to get on them this time of year, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's a fact. Especially out here in this type of terrain, it's really hard to stalk them. The most effective way to kill one is for sure sitting on a water hole.
American pronghorn is the most underrated species in North America by far, and one of the most underrated species in the world. Even the locals don't give them credit. They think that they're inedible, call them land maggots, just another goat. The problem is they haven't taken the time to really learn the species and understand how unique they are. They're native to North America. They're the only horned game that sheds their horns every year. They're the only one that has a forked horn.
Oh, that back bill's got pretty cool curly horn on her. 77 yards, man. If you had a doe tag,
Game over.
Antelope or pronghorn are distant cousins to the giraffe. And if you look at all the animals around the world, the giraffe grows horns very similar to what a pronghorn does. Their eyesight is compared to like a set of 8-power binoculars. They can see 320 degrees. So whenever you're stalking behind an antelope, they can see you. They're my favorite North American game animal to eat. And I just got to where I know what I'm looking at. Pronghorn antelope is about 50-50 on people either love them, it's their favorite game meat, or the other 50% think that it's not even edible. I mean, there's people that flat out tell you can't eat them, and that's just not true. They're absolutely delicious. I think the biggest thing is how you kill them. If you chase them around all day long and get their blood flowing, adrenaline, lactic acid build up in their muscles, it's usually hot. And so now you got an antelope that's full of lactic acid, that's marinating in its own sweat, that's sitting under the 90-degree sun, and you finally get it to town, and then it tastes bad, and you wonder why.
So it's sunrise, so they're out, they're up, they're feeding. Right now our main goal is just kind of find groups of them, and then later in the day they'll bed down, they'll relax a little bit, and that'll make this a little more manageable. All right, let's give this a rip.
those antelope will drink out of a hoof print. So they generally drink out of that pond, but with as much water as leaking out of this tank, I've just seen this tank dry up so that they're not drinking out of this right here.
So we made a move on a water hole right here. We saw some and just got busted out. I mean, this is spot and stalk, and these things, they are designed to see a long way off. They're highly alert, and we're in big, wide open country, so getting within 60 yards of them is a doing.
See me, come peek up. There he is.
There he is. So, I'm learning as I go here, and these things can see 270 degrees. So that means even though he was 60 yards and we got up on him and he was looking in the other direction, he pegged me. So, as Miles just said, the move there is, as soon as you see him, you gotta be ready to draw. I'm just not that good. I need a range. He's standing right over there at 150 yards, looking at us, stomping. He's gonna sit here and see if he curious. Or if he chills out and feeds over that knob, we might be able to try to get on him, but pretty long odds at this point.
They're not in a very good spot. Now, if they go over the hill, then that's a decent situation. Then we can just slip under them, climb up, and try to catch them on the other side somewhere. But where they're at right now, we kind of just got to watch them for a minute and see if they'll get where we need them to get.
This is like stock number 6 or 7. So we're gonna go watch Mike screw this one up too.
That's again the 60-yard window, and I just was not ready. It's so different, like with a mule deer, or even like with a lot of whitetail. They'll look and then they'll look away and give you that like double take, and you got a few seconds to decide. These things don't move at all. They're frozen. They must be using that alien eye. He was looking forward, but I think he could still see us because we were behind him. And they don't move at all. And then they go. Exciting. Got my heart rate up. So that right there is the perfect illustration of spot and stalk versus sitting a watering hole. We goofed around all morning and had like 6-7 stalks. Could barely get within 60 yards. We did a couple times, but very tough to do. We've been sitting on a watering hole for all of like 30 minutes, and we had one walk in and drink water at 30 yards. And it was a little on the small side, and it's day one, it's opening day. So it wasn't the pronghorn to take, but I mean, what a difference. Like, you can fight for them to try to get them on the ground, or sit on a place where they want to be, and that concentrates them, and they show up.
Waterhole hunting is the most effective. Antelope don't smell that well. They don't hear that well. Their senses that keep them alive is definitely their eyesight. You know, your wind can blow right at them when you're sitting in a ground blind, and it usually doesn't affect them. In terms of outfitting and guiding people to them to be successful, waterhole is definitely the best way. They have to drink, and they generally drink during the daylight hours because waterholes harbor danger, so they don't like to be there.
So how hot is it in here? I just checked on the Garmin. 97 degrees. It is spicy. And this is kind of like a blind survival kit. Binos and the rangefinder and the backup rangefinder and a cooler with water and just grinding it out. There's been a great buck coming in here. Oh, there's another one. I got him, but I don't have great penetration. Oh, he just went down. Oh, he just went down.
I think the people's lack of try is part of why they're underrated. Some people don't want to do it because they haven't taken the time to get interested in the species. Other people, like I said, they don't think they're fit to eat. Pronghorn, there's a lot of opportunities. I think a lot of why people don't like antelope is built in their mind and not actual fact.